Hi, this is William Wolf from Chittagong Independent University, and I want to talk for 3 or 4 minutes today about flashcards, how to make them. I think flashcards are an important way to learn words, to learn vocabulary. We also must do talking and writing and speaking. That's also important. But we need to do, I think, flashcards. What are flashcards? Well, these are flashcards. Flashcards are a small piece of paper, and this is double thickness. It's not ordinary paper. It's about the same as a business card. You can make them different sizes. I make mine 3 centimeters by 6 centimeters. Some people say this is small, but you'll need many of them. 3, 4, 5, 6,000. Okay, and I have them in bundles. I go to a business card store, I buy card stock, and then I make these. How to use them after you have the flashcards? Well, I think one way to do this, and I'm going to show you this, I think especially if you're learning English, let's see, here is a flashcard for the word kind, K-I-N-D, and because I am right-handed, I put the word in the center, but then I put special things here in the bottom right corner. Things about grammar and things about pronunciation. For example, kind. It's not kind, it's kind. And so I have here in English, and then here in the bottom right-hand corner, I used IPA, kind. You can use different symbols. Use symbols from your dictionary. But this is good because when you study, you can cover with your right thumb, and that will help you try to remember the pronunciation. That's one. So I think it's a good idea to have the pronunciation on your cards. And also the definition. I think in the beginning it's good to use a dictionary with your language, English and Spanish, English and Bengali, English and Arabic. But because many people will watch this, I'm using English and English. You do not have to. But let's see on the back, and so notice I write kind, and then I turn the card upside down. Not this way, but turn it upside down. Everybody says this is not important. It is important because your hand will become tired. I will show you a little bit later. I turn the card upside down, and then I write some of the definition. Notice with kind, there's at least 2 different kinds of definitions. One is a noun, and one is an adjective. Kind as a noun means type or variety, a kind of book, a kind of sports. As an adjective, it means gentle, good, friendly. I think it's good to put both of those there. That's one thing you can do with a flashcard. Word in the center, definition, and then pronunciation, and then different definitions on the back. That's one. Another one, for example, English has many irregular verbs. Imagine you make a flashcard for find. Well, notice I have find here, and then I have the pronunciation find. The past tense is also found. And sometimes you can put another word if you're confused. There are at least 2 verbs, find, to find, okay? And you might confuse them. If you want, you can put both of them. What's the definition? Well, the first one is to see or discover. I want to find a book. Past tense, yesterday I found a book. But the verb found also is a different verb, and it means to start something, to start a business, to start a university, to start an organization. So that is one other thing you can do with a flashcard. You can put words that maybe you will confuse and also on the back. Another thing you can do, this is up to you, English has many words that sound the same but have different meanings, like where. Where, where. They're all pronounced the same for most English speakers. And I wrote here the pronunciation using one type of IPA symbols. And then on the back, I gave, and I'm going to have to cheat here, the first one, where, means which place. The next one, where, means to put on clothes. And the last where, W-A-R-E, is something you can buy or sell. And then I wrote usually plural. My handwriting is not good. So you can buy many wares at that store. or hardware, software, same thing. This is another thing we can use flashcards for. A couple of more. Thinking again of where. Many people learning English have trouble with these two words, wear and put on. You can use a flashcard like this. You can use it to help you learn a new word. You can also use it to help you with words that maybe you confuse. So for example, wear and put on. The first one, wear, means to have clothes or a hat or gloves or shoes on your body. I am wearing a shirt. Sometimes I wear a hat. I like to wear shoes. But the other one, put on, is when we take clothing and bring them onto our body. That's to put on. So that's another thing you can use flashcards for, to help you practice words that are similar in meaning or similar in sound. And a couple more. Here is one that has the same spelling, T-E-A-R, but there are two pronunciations and two meanings. And I have to check. Tear and tear. Okay? Tear, noun, usually, to make a hole in something, to tear paper. Or the paper has a tear. Verb, to make a hole. And tear, water from your eyes. Okay? So that's one. You can use a flashcard to help you remember words with the same spelling, but different definitions. And a last thing that I'm going to show here is how you can show sometimes the same word is used in different ways, or one word has different prefixes and suffixes. Let's think of this word, terrible. And then also think of the words terrific and terror. They all come from the same word, terror, but they have very different meanings, and it's easy to confuse. Okay? Terrible means very bad. Terrific means very good, and terror is a very big fear. You can use flashcards for something like this. So let me summarize. There's lots of ways you can use flashcards. My recommendation, if you use flashcards for English, you should get thick paper and make them at a store about the same size. I use 3 centimeters by 6 centimeters. Put the word in the center, okay? Or the two words in the center. Make sure you give the pronunciation if you find it hard to remember. If there's irregular verbs, write the irregular verbs. If you're right-handed, put them in the bottom right-hand corner so you can cover them. Use words with different pronunciations for the same spelling, tear, tear. Use different words that have the same sound but different spelling, where. Use words that maybe you might confuse, wear and put on. There's lots of different things you can use to find and to found. There's lots of different things you can use, but my recommendation is that you make flashcards. You don't put all the information on every card. You can make more of them, but you make them useful for you, and I'll repeat this again, everybody ignores me. You want to put them so they turn upside down. Why? Because when you study flashcards, this is how you will use them. You will hold them in your hand, and you will look and flip, and look and flip, and look and flip. I'll do it this way, look and flip. That's easy. If you write it this way, your hand will get tired. Really, you'd think I'm joking, but it's true. You want to turn them upside down and flip, upside down and flip. So that's a basic introduction to using flashcards.